All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight, 11:45 p.m. Central Time, is the Aquarius New Moon, the exact point of it, but it's good for the next 48 hours. So new moons are really good times to begin again. It's kind of like an eclipse where the darkness kind of just casts out everything from the past, and then you open up, and then the moon starts to bloom again, and we open back up to moving towards it being full. So the Aquarius, this is from the Moonology deck, and it's about open to change. Aquarius is an air sign, so movement, intellect, but Aquarius specifically, I don't know if I can even get that word out this morning, is kind of about group rebellion, which is interesting because before the recording started, we were talking about a group in Edwardsville that was fighting for a green space. So it's a good time to make goals for things like that, to join, to be very individual in a group, but to also join a group for group causes. But it's also a time to open up to change what you attach to from mass consciousness. And I'm also, the astrologers are saying that the new moon is exactly on top of Saturn, which is about stability. So if you've been feeling ungrounded and off track, this is a good time to make goals to get on track. And then I thought I need a support card for us. And I looked at the deck, the native spirit jumped out at me. And the spirit of fire came up, which is very interesting because the air and the fire together, we're going to create some big fire today. And fire, this card is all about transformation. Let me just read this quickly before we get started. So it says, the spirit of fire, transformation, take risks, face your fears. Break out of old patterns and conventions. Just because you've always done something in the past doesn't mean you need to continue to do it in the future. Try something new. Change your routines and habits. Reach out in new directions. The Thunderbird is rising in you. Out of the ashes come new growth and new beginning. So fire in the native cultures was thought to be a gift from the creator that created, that gave you renewal. So let's renew. All right, and Aquarius is also the second last sign in the astrological year. So it's a good time to kind of change up things, to begin new, even more so. So let's begin. So get yourself settled. You can be seated or lying down. If you're seated and you're in a position where your feet are on the ground, just spread your toes. So that Saturn is going to help us to ground, to make a very strong, stable connection with the earth, the seat of the earth, and the seat of ourselves. So breathing in the air, the spirit, the life force, and breathing it out. So let's breathe into the gut today, the seat of the fire. So we'll breathe and feed the spirit of the fire within your next couple breaths. I'm also told that Archangel Uriel looks over or is in charge of the Aquarius New Moon, which Uriel is also the archangel that's associated with the solar plexus. So we'll call in his spirit as well. First, just feed the fire. And get a sense of that fire growing and burning through your body, burning out any old stuff, anything that your body doesn't need anymore, any toxins, any old physical stuff that's hanging out in your body that's not serving your body anymore. Start on the physical level. And then envision that fire in every cell of your body. So burning up anything that is not needed for this cell to function for the highest good at its optimal level. And then energetically into the nucleus of our self, our world, our inner world, the center of you energetically. And we'll ask for this fire to burn away anything that covers up our ability to see the center of ourselves, to see the truth of ourselves. So bring that Aquarius in to change our point of view about ourselves. You may know what needs to be burned up to see yourself more clearly, or you may not. But we'll just ask for clarity, for this fire to bring clarity. And then we'll draw from the light of the center of the earth and bring it into this fire. So the center of the earth is thought to be also like a sun, S-U-N. And some have termed it the Agarthan sun. So we'll breathe from that light to feed our fire with the fire of the earth. And then breathing in the light from above, the universe, the source, the sun. And it's going to come through us via this Aquarius new moon. So we're going to allow that light, even though it's a dark moon and it's not reflecting to us, we're going to allow this Aquarius new moon to sort of shape that light in a way that will help us, or infuse it in a way that will help us to uncover what needs to be changed. And the way that Aquarius is infusing it is how we are changing our expression of ourselves in a group so that we can have an easier time to speak our truth. So last week we did this too. We talked about changing your world or creating your own world. So we're just building on that. This energy is supporting our truth in the group and thus shifting when one cell, just like we filled that fire in all of our cells in our body to shift us, we are all cells of each group that we are part of. So we're going to shift our nucleus in this group to help shift for the highest good. So you may want to specifically pick a group, or you can just say in every group that you are part of. It might be just your general community. That's how I'm going to term it. I'm going to say your community, so you can make it more specific. There goes that word again. But I'm going to be terming it the community. So we're going to ignite our fire by breathing in from both ends below at the center of the earth, the center of the universe, into our center. With the inhale, and the exhale breathes it out. It shares our truth in our community. with the belief that when we transform ourselves, we will either help transform the community or move to a different community. So let's support that kind of growth, that kind of movement within the community or finding our soul family community within our community. So it's like you're sending out the radar, this fire, this air, this Aquarius air that's feeding your inner fire is sending out this radar. Looking for vibrations, channels, however you want to see it, that match the vibration of this radar. Not trying to change another person's radar, mind you, but just encouraging the change within ourselves to inspire change in others for the highest good. So it may look like your change, or it may look completely different, but just supporting change for the highest good. That's how we're viewing this instead of changing everyone else to be like us. That's not the kind of change that I mean. So let's breathe that in, that support to be who we are so that others can find their truth and align with the universal truth. So that, okay, that's what I'm getting a little ding in my head. They're telling me that's it, the alignment with the universal truth within the community. That's what we are supporting. So breathe that in to the belly, the seat of power, and exhaling it out. The power of renewal. So that our inner revolution creates an outer revolution, reflects that to us. And let's make it a little bit stronger. We'll call in a little bit more air from the Aquarius New Moon to intensify our fire, to make it stronger, to face the fear of being a strong individual within a group. Any kind of fears that you have about not being seen or heard or appreciated, let's make that fire bigger, burn all that away. I'm going to stand here and be who I am. Strong and warm and hot and passionate. So put your hands on your belly. Breathe. As you breathe into your belly, let the inhale move the hands out. And let the exhale, I'm being told now to just ground this fire with the center of the earth again. So to remind us that we're grounded as we intensify this fire. And then we'll ask for even a little bit more air, make that fire stronger. And with the exhale, we're spreading that fire into an aura so that it's not just contained within ourselves. There's an aura of this fire, of this passion, of our creative self. This fire is going to surround us. And see, is it an orange, yellow, an orange, a red, an orangish red? What color surrounds you as this fire intensifies? Archangel Uriel's color is more associated with the really bright yellow. So add your color to that bright yellow. And it might transform the color, or it might just infuse into that bright yellow. And then a little bit more. That moon is right above us, and it's feeding the air of Aquarius down through our thoughts, our third eye, our words, our throat chakra, our heart, into the belly, and then out into our aura. So turn up the heat, burn away more of the crap. And oftentimes when we call in a lot of air and fire, we kind of leave our body. We can't take the heat or we get ungrounded. So let's just feel, while this is happening, the boundaries of your skin, whatever your arms or legs or feet are touching. Feel that connection, that boundary that the skin makes around our little containers, our little body. And then a little deeper in the muscles, the connective tissue. And the water, let's think about the amount of water. I don't know, I think it's like 70 or 80% of the body is water. So there's water coexisting with the fire to balance the heat. And then the senses, the sense of smell or taste. You may taste coffee or tea or whatever you had for breakfast, or smell something in the air in your room. I'm seeing a very, very deep red right now. So in the third dimensional, color of the base chakra is red. It's platinum. It transforms into platinum in the fifth dimension. So let's bring our attention to the base chakra, which in the fifth dimensional vibration is associated with divine purpose. So it is our divine purpose to live our truth. We know that. So see what comes up for you. If it's more red, sometimes the third dimensional base chakra is associated with the fears and insecurity. That's one side of it, of the base chakra. The other side is feeling strong, feeling stable. So we'll call on Saturn to bring in that stability, that strength. into the base chakra. And just see, maybe it continues to be a bright red color, maybe it transforms into a platinum. I'm seeing both right now. So we are coexisting with both dimensions, even though for me personally, I want to connect more with the fifth dimension, which is a heart-centered dimension. And the third dimension is more, can be more fear-based, more illusions. But we need to coexist in this world with those that are still perceiving in the third dimension. So we're going to strengthen our heart-centered fifth dimension in our community as well. Encouraging others to begin to interpret from the heart. So let's bring that fire from the belly, from the root chakra and the belly up into the heart now and spread that out. So inhaling light from both directions into the heart and exhaling, spreading it out, sharing it. And from this place of heart-centered fifth dimensional energy, we'll open our eyes when you're ready to your community right now, which is just the space around you. And we'll use this energy. If you want to take a look, if you received the worksheets that came with the email, you might want to take a look at those worksheets from this space of fifth dimensional energy of what would you like, what is your goal now for this month or this thing, how would you like to apply this energy for yourself and for your community? So bringing your palms together, uniting masculine, feminine, yin and yang, touching your heart with your thumbs and reaching your fingers into the heart of your community. Connected from the heart, reaching out. Breathe into that for a couple breaths. And thank you for being here. And namaste.